policies that they know, and now, well, of course they know, but they're trying to prepare their readers for the worst. So I think you're right about the time you think we absolutely can.
Oh, that's a very good point. I mean, you do get these indications there that everyone's waking up and smelling the coffee, as people say, even on that side of the argument. And it's very interesting. You mentioned the fact that David Davis said something about when Article 50 might be triggered. I mean, as you all know, the debate in the House of Lords at the moment is going to end on the 7th of March with the third reading in the House of Lords. Between now and then, there almost certainly will be more amendments, like the one that we had last night on the EU citizens' rights. And almost certainly also what will happen on the 8th of March is that there will be an emergency session of the House of Commons which will repeal all the amendments. And then on the 9th of March, Theresa May goes to the Council of Ministers meeting in Europe. Now, originally we thought that that was the time, the 9th or 10th of March, that she would trigger Article 50. What David Davis said was, oh, well, we're not wedded to a timetable. But Theresa May has promised that it will happen before the end of March. So if it isn't on the 9th or 10th of March, perhaps it will be the 30th or 31st of March. Actually, it's an irrelevance. The triggering of Article 50, of course, a two-day wonder in the press, but it's an irrelevance otherwise. Because even though there is a major legal action which my friend John Moore is taking, in fact in Dublin, simply to go to the European Court of Justice on the revocability of the article, we know from the author of the article, and we know from plain common sense, and we've been told by the President of the European Commission that of course it's revocable. I mean, if the UK said to the EU, oops, we don't want to leave after all, what's the EU going to say? I mean, they're going to be quite pleased in a way, because one reason why the EU are going to play very, very hard ball with the UK about leaving is that they don't want to encourage everybody else to leave. They're not going to make it easy if give us any sweeties for wanting to leave. And so it would be the easiest thing in the world if, when reality is finally dawned on Theresa May and Boris Johnson, that this is creating a mess and doing a huge amount of damage, and they decide to stop somehow or other, how to get out of it, then it certainly from the EU's point of view it will be a problem. But you'll get right, the indications are there. There's a sort of an oops factor, even in those tabloids, about what's happening. I'm being very unfair, aren't I? Sticking to say.
Firstly, thank you for giving me your time this evening. I believe that politicians are giving out crumbs and see what follows. I'll be particularly interested in Theresa May's statement where she says no deal is better than a bad deal. And what I'm thinking is that she's looking at a situation where walking away and giving nothing, and that's actually minimises the risk of the long and drawn out negotiation.
Well, she's been told loud and clear by the CBI and British Commerce and by the automotive industry that if you just drop out of the EU with no deal with the EU, and you try to do things on the basis of WTO terms, how very, very disadvantageous those would be. I mean, tariffs in some cases for some things up to 20%, and they have the business slide on that. And it's also the case, by the way, that Mr. Trump is thinking of taking the United States of America out of the WTO, so there's another thing. So, I mean, I think that's just, bravado, spitting in the wind, really, saying, well, if they don't give us a deal, we'll just go anyway, and we'll make ourselves a low tax, offshore tax haven, which would be very damaging to the EU. So these are sort of cross-negotiating moves, I think, rather than anything else. But you have to remember that it's actually not feasible just to drop out with no deal, because there are so many contracts. I mean, for example, anybody here on a Vodafone contract? Yeah. The minute that we leave the EU, you start paying roaming charges for everything you do on your phone. Because a lot of these businesses, a lot of the licenses are based in Europe. There are a lot of legal arrangements. There are even a lot of wrong-running court cases in which our own lawyers have rights of audition in different EU countries. But to try to separate them, it really is like trying to separate Siamese twins at the brain. It really is like that, and it's going to be just not possible just to drop out, because it would be a complete nonsense. And don't be fooled by the rhetoric. the Great Reform Bill. This is meant to remind us of 1822 and the First Reform of Parliament. So we all know how that went, okay? So we have to remember not to be fooled by rhetoric.
Margaret Thatcher said today, speaking in Scotland to the Scottish
Theresa May.
She said today, addressing that insistence on independence was in fact selling Scotland short. Insisting on independence at any price was in fact selling Scotland short. So I think that even the great Prime Minister that we have with her sort of, valiant efforts to get us out at any cost must assume it's going to be entrapping herself in a faulty.
Well, she's introduced by this means an entirely new concept that truth depends upon which quarter of the compass you happen to be facing. If you're looking north, independence and breaking up a union and leaving is a really bad thing. Look east, that's a really good thing to do, to leave the top. So I just think it's incoherent, it's intellectually incoherent what she's doing. When the Scottish referendum debate was on, because I'm half English, quarter Scot, quarter Welsh, I wanted a quarter vote in the referendum. My mother's maiden name is Burns, and her birthday is 25th of January. I thought that gave me some say. So I thought that I wanted to I'm quite passionate about the UK staying together. I like Scotland, and I don't want them to go away. And so I was part of the campaign to keep us all together. I now think that they are perfectly entitled to go. If they all stay in the EU, why the hell should they be dragged out of the EU by us as leaders who are stupid about it? So I'd be all for it and would support them. And you can see the polls changing in Scotland about it. I think try and be geographical.
I think it's great to hear that you're talking to us and there's this great swell of support. But actually this area was a Remain area. So in a kind of way we're preaching on the wholes are converted. Is there any kind of systematic effort that you're aware of to actually dispel the myths in the sort of Brexit strongholds? What's happening in the Midlands and those sort of areas?
I believe there is. We have actually a leading figure in the Remain campaign right here, Colin, who will know something about that. I'm going up to Newcastle tomorrow. I believe there were 1 or 2 Geordies who voted to leave, weren't there? And there's a big demonstration there, a lot of people going up there. Cash is going up as well. You're okay? Yes, so taking the fight to where it needs to be fought, that's certainly true. But, there are levers sneaking around even in Remain areas, so if you find one.
I must ask, do you have any suggestions for how to tackle the levers that are clearly in denial? I'll give an example of a friend of mine, we've got in the debates about it. He just can't believe that Britain will be worse off out of the EU, crashing out, there'll be no problem, everything will work. And, I've sent him plenty of analysis, very well informed analysis. That's written by Remainer, wasn't it? It's never going to be that bad. Any suggestion how we might tackle these things?
Yes, it's always the case. Rhetorically speaking, to change, you have to remember that we're dealing with the same problem here as is the case when, if you happen to be a person of no religious commitment and you meet somebody who is a passionate religious commitment, you have to remember what Mark Twain said, which is that there is no talking somebody out of an idea that they weren't reasoned into. The reason why they have the view that they do is because it's an emotional commitment. In fact, leave is not a concept. It never was. If you look at the elements of the Leave campaign, sovereignty, immigration, and so on, it's not a concept, it's not an idea, it's not a thought-out theoretical position, it's an attitude. So that means that when you talk to Leave, you have to find some way of reaching the emotional nub of what it is that makes them Little Englanders or anti-European in some way, or sold on the idea that we are being moved by a kind of secret cabal of people in Brussels who want to make our lives a misery and so on. You've got to find the emotional enough. And that means focusing down on 2 or 3 things about which you make yourself very, very well informed, which you know will have an impact. I want to give you an example of something that would jolt somebody's perception, jolt the way that they see things. Let me give you the following example. Supposing I ask you, what percentage of fresh water consumed in the United Kingdom is imported? Anybody got an idea? Now you're all thinking bottles of Evian, aren't you? The answer to this question is the amount of fresh water, the percentage of fresh water consumed in the United Kingdom is 70%. 70% of the fresh water we consume in this country is imported. It is imported in the form of fresh fruit and vegetables grown in countries where there are water shortages. Now, you say, wow, that's exactly the wow factor, is when you realize something really surprising and shocking like that, that changes people's perception. What you want to do is to get them to say, wow, really? Is that really so? Then they begin to think differently. That's the thing you've got to quiz them, talk to them, listen to the thing that really, I mean, I love foreigners, but actually, blah, 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 and then it turns out really they hate them, You've got to get in there and find whatever it is that's really the nub of their position and address that with a wow factor thing. So,
Whole industry.
let's stop that. Okay, I'm sorry, the last question.
Mark, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the last question. Okay. Whole industry seems to be sort of lining up to sort of topple over. You're hearing about the aircraft industry can't overfly sort of Europe. You're hearing about real action sort of the nuclear power industry is going to go down the tube. You're hearing about the car industry needs sweetheart deals, or they're going to do. And you hear about sort of fruit pickers and the fact that we're going to have rationing. Is there no brain in our political establishment that exists to reason?
It really doesn't seem like it. It really does. It's an awful good question, this one. But look, so if you can get up, get up to sort of satellite level and look down on this period in history. Here we are in March 2017. The EU referendum, for which nobody believed that there would be a leave vote. So nobody was prepared for it, no prior thinking, no expectations, no understanding. We are only 9 months away from it. From the point of view of history, it's so soon, so early in the process, that all the anxiety coming from business, from industry, from commerce, from the civil service, from the diplomatic corps, within the civil services, and I know any number of senior civil servants who will tell you, and it's frightening, nobody knows anything, nobody knows how to handle it, there is just such confusion, there are too few people, there's a complete lack of expertise, they're advertising for people with experience of trade negotiations in New Zealand at the moment. I mean, it's just such a mess that the longer things go on, the longer things drag out, the better for us. Because all this accumulates into a great sort of snowstorm of rejection and impossibility and just not wanting it to happen. And that will filter through to people who are not thinking about it, but who are feeling about it, and are still feeling that it's going to be okay or that that's what we want. Now,